Hey, we are live. Hello, good afternoon on this Saturday afternoon. We're here to do sprints. We're here to do sprints. We're here to get stuff done. And I am so happy that you all are with me. So if you are joining me, then please go into the chat, say hello, and let me know what you are working on for today. So the way that these sprints work is we've got four 20-minute sprints with 5-minute breaks in between. And sprints are for anything you want to do. If you want to work on writing stuff, that is awesome. If you want to work on non writing stuff because you just need to get some stuff done, maybe you got some chores you need to do, maybe you have some schoolwork you need to do because you're in college, whatever. It is all good because whatever you get done during these sprints means more writing time later. So that's my philosophy. So welcome, and I will be working on. Ooh, let me get the timer going because I don't want to because I can chat the whole 2 hours if y'all want to. But of course, we want to get to the sprints. So there we go. We got the timer going. So I am working on. I'm really trying to get for book three, which is coming out in October, the final proofreads done. So I am like at the last I don't know what you call it, stage of the writing process. And it's just basically reading through the book, making sure that there are no typos, that there are no inconsistencies. This is after all of the editing and all of the revising and everything has been done. So this is just kind of the final sweep through. And, because those little typo gremlins always come out. So that's what I'm doing now. And it's not hard work at all. It's just time consuming. But it's really interesting because I've done this for all of my books. I've got, I would say about I've got 8 books written, and seven are published, and so this is the last of the eighth. And I've done this for all of those books, and I've noticed how, because my grammar and punctuation and all of that stuff, because my writing has improved, because that's how it works. It's every book that you write, your writing improves, and not just grammar. I'm talking about your writing in general. So I noticed that from the first book, when I was doing this final proofread, took me like freaking forever to do it, even if though it was the last stage. And now it's a lot quicker. It's taking a lot quicker. So there are definitely improvements. So let's see what you all are working on. Let's see who is with us, all the wonderful, awesome people. Hello, Brandy. Getting some movement and a fresh drink before the start. Very good. Yes, I've got my coffee. I don't know if yeah, I think you can see it a little bit. I don't want to lean it too much, but you can see that there's kind of a little foam there. I've got one of these, like, I've got one of these foamers. So I just kind of like to make myself, a special coffee when I'm working on my writing and things like that. Hello, Catherine. Good plan. I have to make up for the last time. I'm feeling crotchety. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I remember my brother oh no, almost died last spring, and I feel much more forgiving. Oh, okay, more tea to be prepared. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Catherine. I'm happy to hear that he's okay now. Okay. Hello, Elizabeth. Wonderful to see you. Juliet, hi there. Great to see you. Black Girl Happy Planner. I love that. Hello to you. And if you have a name that you want us to call you by, just let me know. Hey, Rachel. And okay, so Brandy's doing planning. Very good. I actually got my planning done yesterday. I got really behind with all of my stuff this week because unfortunately I have chronic migraines, and so I had migraines this week. So it always kind of puts me back, but I did get my planning yesterday. So Juliet says, I'm editing. Excellent. Need to make the words make sense. Oh, I hear you. I so hear you, Juliet, on that. Yes. we need to make the words have to make sense. They have to make sense because otherwise readers will readers will not read our books. So okay, Catherine says, let's watch it already. That's awesome. Wonderful to hear that. Elizabeth says, hanging, then maybe some writing. Excellent. Brandy says, I hope your day goes so much better. Yes, I do too. I wish you that too, Catherine. And hopefully we can make that work. Let's see. Catherine says, one chapter of GSP edits as a warm up, heavier revisions on another. Yes. Yes. I'm not sure what GSP is, if you want to let us know what that is. But yeah, no, but I do that too. I'm doing that too now, where I have I'm working on two projects simultaneously. One of them is kind of more heavier stuff, which is like first draft and revision writing. And then the other one is lighter stuff, which is like this final revision. So, yeah, sometimes I need to give my attitude a little gratitude a tune up. Yes. Yeah. Well, and it happens to all of us. Rachel says, I'm reading the marketing book I've been avoiding. I hear you. I hear you, Rachel. And you know what? Marketing books are great. Marketing books are great. And which one are you reading? I'm just really curious. And the thing to remember about marketing books is that some of the advice is, really sage advice that lasts throughout the years. But we also have to remember that marketing changes because that is way too loud. Okay. But because the market changes so much, and the book, uh, the the way that the self-publishing, I'm guessing you're self-publishing, changes so much that you kind of have to, kind of look at it and see, okay, is this marketing advice that they're giving me, is this still relevant? So you can, and you do that by going out and researching and seeing and going on to indie author groups like on Facebook, or like the wonderful Wings of Writers groups, that the writers group, which is on Discord, Shirley's group, and just kind of seeing what people are doing. So that's kind of how you do that. So what I'm going to do now is, I know we have more comments, but I am going to wait until we get through our first sprint, because I don't want to chat you all into the out of this sprint, because we're here to sprint. So let's get the first sprint going. We're going to go for 20 minutes. 20 minutes, and the 20 seconds is just kind of a little bit of cushion. We're going to go for 20 minutes. Whatever you need to do for these first 20 minutes, get your mind warmed up. I'll probably do some journaling before I actually get into the proofreading stuff. I will see you all in 20 minutes. And I'm also going to mute myself, and I'm also going to turn off the camera so I won't distract anybody. Okay, had a time like finding all the little buttons right there. So how did that go? Let us know what you got done. Let me put the 5 minutes on. I got some journaling done. I did about 10 minutes of journaling, and then I did about 10 minutes of my proofreading. So I got kind of both of those done, which is really, really nice. Let's see, let's put the 5 minute banner on. And let's see, because I know we've got some comments here. Okay. Okay. So, Black Girl Happy Planner says my name is, let me know if I'm pronouncing this right. Is it Kellia? That's beautiful. My writing name is Ivy Writer. Black Girl Happy Planner is my planner business. That's awesome. That's a lot, I know. No, but that's terrific. That's terrific. So welcome, Kelia, or Kelia. Let me know if it's like a long E or not, so I know that I'm pronouncing that right. Let's see. Catherine says, looks like my first comment went into the other. My brother kept me on the phone for an hour when I was in the last sprint. I was kind on the phone, but started to feel selfish. No, you're not selfish. Not at all. Let's see. Then Catherine says, there's so much wonderful company here. Okay, I will be fine. Oh. GSP is grammar, spelling, punctuation. Oh, okay. So I did not know that. I did not know that. So that's exactly what I'm doing. That's pretty much what I'm doing, except that I'm also looking at other stuff like consistencies. I'm actually finding that there's a lot of consistencies. My editor went through and she's terrific, but you know how it is with a novel, especially I think that this one is like something like 100K, something like that. There's so many things that you can miss. It's really, and I think sometimes readers don't understand that because they'll be like, sometimes some readers are like, there was a typo here and there was a typo here, but it's so difficult to get all of the typos. And I actually have on my ARC team, I've got a wonderful reader who loves my books, always gives good reviews on it. But what she also does is she sends me an email after every book, and she says, okay, here's a list of typos that I found. And she puts the page number and what the typo is. And it's always like a list. And of course, at first, I was just like, no, this can't be, because it's been edited many times and proofread many times. And you know how it is with the author ego. And so I put those emails aside for like the first two books. And then after like a week or so, after I picked my ego up off the floor and I said, okay, I'm going to look at these, and every single typo that she noted were there. So I went back into the books and I corrected those and I uploaded the corrections and things like that. So so now I know how much it's a blessing to have a reader take the time to do that. So, but yes, the little gremlins get in there. Catherine says to Rachel D, are you going to give us a synopsis? Yeah, I don't mind letting you do my brain work for me. I know, yeah, right. It's like, yeah, don't, yeah, just we wish that like especially for marketing, I think for so many of us, we wish somebody could do the brain work, but no, we got to do the brain work. Okay, so Rachel says, how to market a book by Joanna Penn. Oh yeah, Joanna's terrific. I forgot who suggested, but so far it seems good. I just get bored with business. It is. Let's face it, y'all. Marketing is boring. Okay, let's just face it. It's not the most. It's some. Some of it is, I think, fun, like the teasers and stuff like that. But some of it is, it's crunching in the numbers. It's putting in the numbers. It's saying, what the profit is, what the loss is, whatever they call it. So, yes, but that is definitely one that I have on my list to read, because Joanna Penn is terrific. Juliet says, I'm rewriting a scene, made it about 2 pages into the rewrite. Beautiful, because rewrites can take time. Let's see. Kellia says, I am editing some potential blog post. Wonderful. That's wonderful. Catherine, even if they're even potential blog posts are good. That's good. Nice to meet you, Kelly. Yes, I may need a scorecard to keep track of your names. But we all have a lot of names. We all have a lot of names. Brandy says still working on setting up some September plans. Oh wow! So you're already working on September. Good for you. Good for you. It's like for me, it's like my plans have like shifted so much during this year. It's just insane. Really, it's just like crazy. Um, let's see. Rachel says I got 12 pages read. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here and I will look at the comments in during the next break so we can get our second sprint in. So we are on sprint number 2. Whatever you all need to do, we are here to support you. I will see you all in 20 minutes. Okay, how was that? How was that? And I don't know if I may have gone out like for a couple of minutes, and if I did, I apologize for that. My connection, my internet connection, is sometimes a little bit jumpy, so it'll, it'll suddenly like have a hiccup, and so I have to reconnect it. And it usually takes 10 seconds, but sometimes, but I may have been out, so I do apologize if I was. So, how did that go? And what did you get done? I finished the chapter and I started another chapter. So, making slow progress. Making slow progress. Let's get the 5 minute banner up. Let's see what our lovely, lovely people who are joining us have to say to that. Okay, yes. Um, Rachel says, I need to schedule some interviews and launch marketing. Yes, I plan to reveal the cover in October. Beautiful. And then released in November. That is awesome. That is awesome, Rachel. That is great timing. And yes, it definitely, I think the thing about marketing, and I've been doing this since 2017. I think the thing about marketing is the number one thing is planning. That is the number one thing. Once you got a plan, you got a marketing plan, and you know what you're going to do, and you start to do it for a couple of books, then you get into this kind of this, I don't know if have habit is the right word, but you get into this kind of cycle of doing it, so you know exactly what you're going to do. And the thing is it takes time, it takes trying things out, and tweaking and things like that. So so just kind of being patient with it and making a plan definitely helps. Kevin says, here he is again. Okay, who is he? Is this your brother are you talking about, Catherine? Let's see. Let's see. Kelly says, I have some podcasts I've downloaded and I'm transcribing them to become blogs and eventually part of my book. That's wonderful. That is so good. That is so good. I work with a business coach. I've been working with her for like 4 or 5 years now. And she is always saying, repurpose stuff, don't reinvent the wheel every time. If you're doing a podcast, take the podcast and make it into a blog post, and then take something into the blog post and make it into social media posts, and then take that podcast and make it into a YouTube video, so it's about kind of reconciling everything and being consistent. So she's always saying that. So that's perfect. Let's see. Elizabeth says, please, I worked through that last break. I know. Yeah. Sometimes you get into that, mindset that you're just like, okay, oh, it's a break. It's sometimes hard, I think, to take the breaks, but I'm trying to train myself to take more breaks. Randy says, now I'm working on Discord September planning. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, you know what, Brandy, you have so many balls juggling in the air that I think it's you got to do the planning. It's like it's difficult not to know what you're doing. Juliet says 2 more pages rewritten. Awesome, wonderful. Let's see. Yuki-kun, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Just popped in, so not much finished. Just doing some quick editing before I move on to a new POV. Excellent, excellent. Yes. Yeah, new POV that can really sometimes refresh a book completely. And so it's really nice. It's really nice that you're doing that. And there's so many things that can refresh a book. Like with this book that I'm doing the final proofread, which is book 3. I had to refresh the time frame because okay, so this is what happened. Basically, that the book that I'm currently working on the first draft, that was supposed to be book 4. And then, but the problem is that this character creeps in there that is actually in a novella that I have not published, and I'm not using it as a reader magnet. And so what I decided to do is I decided to kind of flip them over. So I'm going to be publishing the novella for book 4 so that readers, kind of get the introduction to the character. And then the book that I'm working on now for the first draft, which is a full length book, is going to be book 5. So, and the thing is, so I had to, and book 4, the novella takes place during Labor Day of a certain year. And so I have to, and because I'm writing historical fiction, it's historical cozy mysteries, the timing gets a little bit complicated because it's not like contemporary times where you can kind of just make it clear that it's contemporary times, and it doesn't really matter if it's like for the most part it doesn't really matter if it's like 2001 or 2010. I mean, obviously in the last 3 years that has changed a lot because of the pandemic, but if we look at modern times, they're not as changeable as in the past, or at least we don't have that hindsight yet to see that. But when we're talking about, I'm writing in the early 20th century, there were a lot of changes happening. So I have to be really careful about the timing. Okay, wonderful. So let's get to, we're about an hour in, and we're going to go into 20 minutes, another 20 minutes. This is the third 20 minutes. By the way, if you have not yet gotten up to stretch or get a drink of water or take a bio break or do any of that, this is a great time to do it. We're going for 20 minutes, whatever you need to do. All of us are here to support you and give you lots of love and productivity. I will see you all in 20 minutes. Okay, so that was number 3. We're going to the last sprint. So if you have not, again, yet gotten up, gotten a drink, gotten a snack, taken a bio break, all that kind of stuff, now is a great time to do it. And just to mention that Wings for Writers, the wonderful Discord channel, it's got a lot of really great support for writers. They've got a writing retreat. They have sprints going on. They have just a lot of stuff going on. I've got the link in the description, so you can check that out. And let's see what our wonderful people are saying. Let's see. Brandy says, also going to straddle some live streams, so I am still here in the background. Wonderful. Yes. Yeah. Sometimes kind of juggling live streams can be a little bit tricky. Elizabeth says, I'm off to bed. Thanks for hosting. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. It's good to be back. It's wonderful to be back talking to all of you, even though I know that I babble a lot, but I'm trying. Yes, and yes, definitely, Elizabeth, sleep well. So let's see. Rachel says, okay, so a lot of the first portion of the book goes over with Sarah Cano and went over. Okay, yeah, in our Publish and Thrive series, yeah. There are definitely some path sharing places. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for letting me know, Rachel. That's really interesting. Yeah, I did do Sarah's course. It's a really, really good course. It's a very, very good course. And and it's interesting that, because I think that, there are definitely, kind of things that are sort of tried and true when it comes to marketing in the indie author world. So I think that there's definitely stuff like that. So I think that's why we see a lot of repetitive people talking about a lot of the same stuff, which is actually good because it means that it's working for a lot of people. So doing good on the reading. Excellent. Juliet says, finished editing the scene in chapter 7. Onward to chapter 8. Yes. Wonderful. Yeah, I am on chapter 22. I'm almost at the end of chapter 22, and I've got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more chapters to go. So, but my chapters are long, so it's going to take time. Let's see. And then Rachel says, the Wings of Writer is the bomb. It is. Absolutely. Yes. And a huge, huge thank you to all of the wonderful ladies who make that happen. That is Shirley Crow. That is our Brandy. That is Elizabeth. That's Jen. Really huge thank you. It's a wonderful, very, very supportive group. So, my only thing with it is that Discord and I do not get along. So I'm not on there as much as I would like to be, just because of the Discord, but I'm learning how to use Discord. So, okay. Yuki-kun says, one more paragraph and I'm done editing. That is awesome. That is wonderful. Yes. So hopefully we can help you get that done in the last sprint that we're going into. So I hope that your Saturday has been productive. I actually got some stuff done before the sprints. I got some chickpeas done in the Instapot because I'm going to be making hummus. So and I like to do that with dry chickpeas. I got I got some teasers done for 7-day countdown that I do for my book. So I got the teasers done for that, and I also got the tagline and the book blurb done. It's kind of like it's like a working tagline book blurb. It's not the final version. So I got that done as well because I needed to get that done because I have to. Because I'm submitting information for the book cover, and so the book cover designer has to have that. So that's what I did this morning. which is good. And of course, I'm getting these chapters done, and I'm really, really hoping to get the proofread done. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it done though. Not sure, because as I said, I've got 7 chapters left to go, and I can usually get in a 2 hour window about 4 chapters done, something like that. So I'm probably going to have to really hit it to to get them done. So hopefully I can get. I don't know if I can get a whole chapter done in the next 20 minutes because I still have to finish the old chapter. Let me see what the next chapter. How many pages is it? It's about 18 pages, so it's pretty long. So we'll see. We'll see though. We'll see. Okay, going into our last sprint, we're going to go for 20 minutes. Whatever you can get done, let's really just kind of focus these 20 minutes and see what we can get accomplished for this Saturday afternoon. And I will see you all in 20 minutes. Okay, that was our last sprint. So how did you do? For me, I actually figured out, and this is one of the reasons why I do a final proofread. I actually figured out that there is an inconsistency, a big inconsistency in the book in terms of timing because the father of the family died, and that is plays out part of the mystery. And I wrote one thing about when he died, and then I figured out that that is not what should be happening. So now I have to kind of go back into the book and find the places where the timing was off in terms of when he died and fix that. So it's actually very important to that I'm doing this last proofread, even though it is, time consuming because I'm going through the whole book all over again. So, okay. So just let's catch the last couple of comments before we all go on our merry little ways. So let's see. Because I want to remember what name you told us. Just a minute. Kalia. There we go. Okay. So Kellia, let's see, where are you, lovely Kellia? Okay, I'm out, everyone. Happy writing. So goodbye to Kellia, but it was great that you joined us. Rachel says, have a good one. Yes, to Kellia. Julia says, thanks so much for the sprints. I got 12 pages edited, which included one full scene rewrite. That's awesome. And you are most welcome. Yulikon says, this was fun. I finished my edit, so time for a break. Yes, before I head into the new POV. Awesome. Wonderful. And Rachel says, thank you for the sprints. You are most welcome. I got to page 51 in the book. That's awesome. Yes, I skimmed the stuff, I know. But you know what? When you're editing, it's okay to skim. It's okay to skim. I'm doing a lot of skimming as well. It's just kind of to, just we don't have to read every single word, especially when we get to like the editing and proofreading stage, because we've seen the damn book, like 20 times already. So it's almost like, I could play the scenes of the book in my head already. I just know it so well. Thank you to everyone who joined me this Saturday. It was lovely to have you. I am here on Saturday afternoons now, and you are most welcome to join me. And the best way to know when I'm here is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love to have you subscribe. Sometime in the near future, I am going to be doing also a lot of videos on writing and self-publishing process, because I do consulting for that as well. So I'll definitely have a lot of that stuff going on as well. For now, I'm just doing the sprints, but that'll come in the future. So have a lovely, lovely Saturday, rest of your Saturday, rest of your weekend. Get plenty of rest, get some writing done if you can, and hopefully I will see you all next week.